Hello and welcome back, everybody. Yes, it is HoloCure time. We are back, and a slight delay. Technology did not want to technology earlier, but we are going to be doing the challenges. We're going to be doing a lot of challenges today, because I would like to, at the very least, attempt to get most of the challenges done. I want again, we're working for 100%. So we're gonna just go with stage 1. So I can do the no items. Because then we also got hardcore, which I need to do. And I am not looking forward to hardcore run. Hardcore run is going to be, well, hardcore. Hello there, J-Rad. How do you do? How does Mr. J-Rad of Mankai do today? Hope he was doing good. But yeah, no, sorry there was a slight delay. Computer was being a bit slow, so I had to restart my PC. And PC did not want to restart. It was taking a very long time to actually restart. I'm doing pretty awake for this time of evening compared to the last 2 days. I wouldn't even call this the evening, dude. I'd call this like the early afternoon. It's only 3:30. Or do you work nights like I do? Or is your sleep schedule still actually foobarred from various reasons? Or is your sleep schedule still turbo foobarred? I thought you were coming home. I thought you already came home. Scotland undergoes forehead McMax's. I thought you would come home from the land of the Scots. Oh, you're home for... Okay. Remember, Jared, I'm stupid. I'm stupid. You periodically forget that is a thing. We are very much a stupid. True, and real. True. Yeah, I should have discovered, like, the fact that they can limit items. That would have actually really helped in getting those, item limiting achievements. But now we found that, so now we have this one. Now we have this. It's gonna be really weird doing hardcore mode. That is not gonna be fun. That is very much not going to be very, very fun. Also, hardcore stage is pretty easy. I know, but we are not doing hardcore at the moment. We also gotta remember, dude, again, I'm stupid. I am stupid. I am highly turbo stupid. Now, I'm not quite the stupid of that one chum bud who somehow managed to burn microwavable mac and cheese, but pretty close. I am fairly close. I'm also gonna need to completely rethink the way in which I play that. Ah, yes, the trumpet stamp. The trumpet stamp. Always fun. A certified classic. I once burnt microwave toast when I was 6. There's microwavable toast? How does that work? How does microwavable toast work? I thought you needed a toaster for that. Yeah, I've heard about the Godzilla PS4 game. I've heard a lot. It's neat. That's the neat part. It doesn't. Please explain. My friend is as 20th most burnt microwavable popcorn. Oh no. Oh boy. Why is it that people... Why is it people struggle with microwaves? Why... You know, maybe we should have a class in school that is just... Here is how you operate a microwave, so you don't accidentally burn everything to the ground. Maybe that could be a useful thing. The microwave is too powerful for humanity. Absolutely accurate. Absolutely factually accurate. It is too powerful for us. Again, humanity is stupid. This is why it pays to be a dinosaur. Because the weaknesses that afflict your humanity do not afflict me. So wait. Oh no, the mushrooms don't continue on infinitely. Dang. I kind of thought they did. Sadness. People at movie theaters usually go where I go. I don't eat popcorn. Smart. Yeah. Movie theater people are the only people who should be allowed to make popcorn. Because they know how to actually make popcorn without just burning everything down. He just kept... playing against on my PS4. Well, put the thing up with the fire extinguisher. Ah, friends. Ah, friends. This is why I'm playing this. The Boro stamp. Never make popcorn in a microwave. I only do kettle corn. Based. I've got one of those air poppers. You know, like the giant, like the tower looking thing that has like the... You turn the thing on, there's the hot air fan underneath it, and then it just gallantly blows the popcorn to pop it. That's what we have. After the incident where my brother burnt the countertop trying to make popcorn in a pot, and he literally burnt the island. I mean, also true. But yeah, no, so that story. My brother was trying to make popcorn. And what he did was he put the pot on the stove with the popcorn in it. He didn't cover the top, which was mistake number one. And then, when the popcorn wasn't popping, he took it off the stove and set it. Keep in mind, the pot was still hot because again, it was just on the stove. And set that on the island. Keep in mind, the island we had, it was plastic. You know, it was that whatever the heck it's called, where like it looks like it's stone, like the patterning looks like it is stone, but it's actually just plastic. And he set it on that, and it burnt and melted part of the island. And then, so that was error number 2. That was error number 2. And then, error number 3 was when he took the pot off the island, there was a little burnt, melted ring on the island. And he tried to scrub the burnt, melted plastic ring off of the island. Now, if you are aware of how burnt, melted plastic works, you don't scrub burnt, melted plastic away. Especially when there is a very, 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 very prominent dent where it has been melted. Yes. Now, I have my own mistakes with popcorn. Years ago, I put a giant metal pot in the microwave. Yes. Yes. I put metal in the microwave. Yes. I did that. I was like 12, all right. Well, it had been 12. I will think I am an immortal bastard. So no. I am not sure how these microwave devices work. So I put a metal pot, a big metal pot, filled with popcorn kernels in the microwave to make popcorn. It started sparking. It started sparking. And yes. Yeah. Nothing happened. It just like it melted the plastic a bit on the metal pot, the lid and the handles on it. So that happened. Didn't make any popcorn though. But yeah, it was sparking. And then I asked Giga Dad about why was it sparking? Because again, I don't know things. I am stupid. It is a tactical skill issue. But that was something. That was indeed a thing that existed. That was indeed very much a thing that existed. Again, cooking mishaps kind of run in the family. Cooking mishaps kind of do run in the family. Yeah, I would say it's oh yeah, there's stories. There's stories involving food. There are stories involving food. Strengthen that. We will take this. Yes, burn everything. Just burn everything into existence. BL water, BL book. Enchant. I feel like size is completely useless on BL book. Well, yeah, size is used on BL book and useless on Frozen Seas. Hey, welcome in Z Smash Raiders. Welcome in Eclipse Dragon. Where is the man of the hour, Z Smash? How is everybody doing today? And if you guys haven't done so already, hello there, Phantom Saiyan. I know how to say that, though I've never actually seen Dragon Ball. How do you do? How do you do? How does one do Z Smash? And where is the Z Smash themselves? How does the Z Smash do? Hopefully the Z Smash is doing Z smashingly good. He is good as you. Fubura! I'm sorry, Fubura. I'm sorry, Fubura. We must destroy you. Hello there, Omega Trial. Mobile game vibes, but also part of the raid for like a minute or two. This actually is not a mobile game. Hello there, Z Smash. There is Z Smash Games. Welcome, welcome. This is basically a VTuber version of Vampire Survivor. Trust me, I play a mobile game. This is nothing like that mobile game. But it's very fun. But what do I get email? Yeah. I mean, okay, I love the fact that Fubuki... Okay, I like that Fubuki is in a game that I play. Vampire Survivor is the OG just mobile game copy. No, this is not a mobile game. This is not a... This is on Steam. Basically, it is... Well, it's not quite just Vampire Survivor with VTubers. It is... Actually, it kind of does. Basically, it is a VTuber survival game. You fight off waves of VTuber fandoms as those VTubers. And also you fight the company that employs said VTubers. And yes, it is Vampire Survivor with Blackjack and VTubers. Also, kudos on the reference, Juka. Kudos on that reference based. I love it. It's great. But how you doing, Z Smash? Can one of the mods go grab Z Smash's link, please? If not, I can play. Brotato. For a second, I almost read Brotato as Boruto, which is funny because I mean, I've been rewatching Naruto. I am up to the Chunin exams. I am up to the Chunin exams. Also, again, if you guys haven't done so already, don't forget to leave a like on the stream and subscribe for more. Quite literally, before stream started, I was at the Sasuke versus Gaara fight. So, like, the Sasuke versus Gaara fight literally just started. Boros stamp. I'll upgrade that one. Like, I've seen Naruto through full completion. I've also seen Shippuden. I've yet to see Boruto, but I might actually watch Boruto. I have very mixed feelings on it, but I might watch it. Hey, the bonk stamp. Sorry, knockback stamp. We must sell you. I've quad nods. Nah, well, they're not quad nods. They're just nods. Makes very sense. Very much. Very much. Yeah, I might watch it just for the sense of like, okay, I'm gonna finish the whole thing, but yeah, I have mixed feelings. But also think I've never actually seen Dragon Ball. There's a lot of anime I haven't seen. Actually, I'm glad I wrote this down because I actually do have a list in front of me because on the second channel, Max Allo, which let me actually go drop a link to Max Allo. On that, we actually cover a lot of, like, we talk about anime, we talk about Godzilla, Transformers, basically we talk about, like, TV shows, movies, and stuff over on that channel. And, one of the things that we actually are doing over there is basically my reaction to watching Attack on Titan for the first time. And because I've never seen, like, a lot of the other big anime, like, I've never seen Dragon Ball, I've never seen One Piece, I've never seen, I've never seen Bleach, I've never seen Demon Slayer, like, basically, if you can think of an anime, I've never seen it, pretty much. There are, like, 12 anime I've seen. Naruto, again, Shippuden, and also the original. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Attack on Titan, Hunter x Hunter, Kill la Kill, Gurren Lagann, Kirby Right Back At You, because yes, that is an anime, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, Darling in the Franxx, which I think is mid. And I believe that is actually it in terms of anime I have seen. Yeah, I have not seen very much anime. I mean, okay, technically Godzilla Singular Point and the Godzilla Netflix anime trilogy are also on there. However, I don't think most people are gonna know, but I don't think most people are gonna that. And also, yes, for anyone asks, well, I mean, Teen Titans, I guess, technically is anime because it wasn't made in Japan, if I remember correctly. Avatar: The Last Airbender is not anime. That is not anime. Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I've seen those a bit, and my brother's watching Naruto like a few years ago. Naruto, I love the show Naruto. Technically, Yokai Watch was an anime before a Nintendo game on 3DS. I've actually never seen Yokai Watch. Again, there are very few things I have actually like seen. It's great. We're making progress on it. We're making progress on it. We're making progress on watching anime and stuff and things. Okay. Do I have? Okay, no, I do not have any. Okay, I don't have any enchantments on my whammy water. I keep wanting to call the whammy water the Wamu water, which is what I used to call it because I just couldn't read because skill issues with reading things. But I mean, I still call it the Wamu water because JoJo Brainrot. Like, okay, JoJo and VTuber Brainrot is like the most potent brainrot combination in existence. It is pure brainrot. And you know what? I'm okay with it because brainrot is good. Is it really brainrot if we like it? I don't think it is. I think it's good. We're okay with it. Hey, the wire criminal stamp. No Pecco. Hatotaurus Brainrot. Yes! Different version of the show, the Dragon Ball anime. Yeah, I know there's... see, the first thing I ever heard about Dragon Ball was actually Dragon Ball Z. So that is why, if you ever are watching me, and you hear me say, oh, Dragon Ball Z, I thought Dragon Ball Z was, like, the original series for Dragon Ball, and then, like, all the others were, like, the future ascended versions of it. So, basically, if I am referring to Dragon Ball, I will occasionally say Dragon Ball Z, because just that is the first one I heard of, and I thought that that's what it was. Yes, Neko, it is always HoloCure. There is only HoloCure. There is only Brainrot of VTubers. There is only Brainrot. How you doing, Neko? One of the mods, if they're here, go grab Neko's link, please. How... I am so sorry, Yagu. I am so sorry. We just vaporized him. Keep in mind, Moomin's got like one of the lowest attack of the game. I am so sorry, Yagu. Yagu just got freaking deleted. Oh, poor Yagu, man. Poor Yagu, man. We will be doing a run with Ollie, because I will be doing a hardcore mode run. So I would ideally like that. But yeah, some more HoloCure. There is always HoloCure. There is more Brainrot. There is more stuff and things. I was actually debating doing a bit more Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom today, but I decided, you know what, I still gotta do HoloCure, because here's the thing. When we finish HoloCure, when we finish most of the achievements, we will be doing the Tower of Suffering. Yes, Brainrot. That is Brainrot. When we finish all of the achievements, save 2, we will be doing the Tower of Suffering, which, for those who don't know, the Tower of Suffering is HoloCure's version of Jump King, which is basically a designated streamer rage game. Yes. That is a thing we will be doing. And I do not look forward to it. I do not look forward to the pain. We cannot get any super collabs because we do not have any items. It is an easy skill-based game. But see, here's the issue, Juka. I don't have skills. I am a walking skill issue. Hello there, Nerd Amazon. How does one do? Oh yeah, I still have my dash. I have my dash thing. I haven't used it. I am sorry, Giant Sapling. I know these last couple of days have been very traumatic for you. I'm very sorry, but not that sorry. I don't think there will be new Indiana Jones movies. Not for a long time. The Indiana Jones brand, and like, realistically speaking, all of Lucasfilms as a brand is just too heavily damaged. The last Indiana Jones movie was absolutely horrible. The previous Indiana Jones movie was also absolutely horrible. I don't see it. I heard the new game was actually quite good, but the brand as a film brand is just too heavily damaged. I don't know, does Moom around fauna? Moom always mooms. Mooms is just always moomin'. All of Hollow Promise is Yabai. Maybe aside from Crony. It's just to varying degrees. Well, I mean, Moomin isn't too yabai. Fauna is. Fauna was like subtle yabai. She just, you know, didn't swear. Holo purple? What's holo purple? What is holo purple? And yes, and then there's Yabiris. And then there is very much Yabiris. Yabiris is very much yabai. Yabiris do be very yabai. Okay, the thing about Yabiris is Iris doesn't realize stuff is yabai when she says it, alright? She does not realize when things are yabai. The way that I've described Iris is the walking embodiment of the idea of that sounded better in my head. That is ultimately what Iris is. She does not intentionally yabai. Unlike Rissa. Unlike Nerissa. Rissa completely is aware of how yabai she is. And gladly does it. And that's why we love Rissa. There we go. Bare bones. All right, let's get our stuff back. Let's get our stuff back. Fun. There we go. Oh, you know, wait. Aradia, yes. Melfa, not as much. Melfa just has no idea what she's doing. Aradia knows exactly how to work the crowd. Aradia is... Yagu has absolutely no idea what he was in for when he brought Aradia on board, when he brought Nerissa on board. He had absolutely no idea. All right. All right, we are stuffing things. All right, we are doing hardcore mode, ladies and gents. It is time. Okay, good, we got it. Yes, I am doing the zombie cheese because I am a skill issue. Now, the other thing is I have absolutely no fandom rank on Ollie. I'll be honest, Ramsey. My interest in Star Wars is no longer existent. Star Wars, to me, any investment is basically gone. So I truly do not know. And then we have Rauda Panthera, who is Italian, but not yabai. Correct. I feel like Rauda and Bibu are the only, like, non-yabai, well, Ina as well, to a degree Ina, are like the only non-yabai members of HoloLive. Boom! I love the charge rifle, it's so good. It amuses me very goodly. It amuses me very, very goodly. Say so, term. Yes! Say so. Very much. Very, 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 very much. Let's go! Lasers! Yeah, that's fun. It's so fun. I really do like that special. That is really neat. That is very neat. Did you look up the lore of the charge rifle? I did. I did not watch the video. I've been working on kind of a couple of projects for the second channel as well, but there are various stuff and things. There are various assorted stuff and things. There are various assorted stuff and things. But yes, that's neat, very fortunate. Give me shrimps. It is funny that we got that shrimp from a chum bud. That is very funny. Zombie ninjutsu. Again, topical. I have been watching Naruto. Narrator Uzu Man Cookie. Boom! Lasers. Oh wait, here's a question. So will this self-inflict game end on me? Cause Simp of All Time gives me 5 damage. Will this game end me if I only have 1 health? How does this work? Because here's the thing, I don't want to pick this up and immediately get flatlined. Because I don't know how this works. So, I have questions. Yeah, it basically just says that you gain haste and speed for 8 seconds when you pick up merch. Okay, how does this work? Does this end me? Yeah, let's do it. Hey, triple, let's go. Study glasses. Study glasses. Let's just see how this works. Because this is hard mode, Amazon! This is hardcore mode! Oh, wait, well, just admit. Because a little thing called hardcore mode. You have been thunderstruck. Wow, that is entirely useless. Picky Pie Man is actually, like, legit useless. Thank you very much, J-Rad. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? Oh, it will, okay, it will instantly, okay. Okay, so we don't have, okay, so note to self, do not pick up Simp of All Time. Do not pick up Simp of All Time. That will end very badly for our heroes. Again, skill issues. I am a walking skill issue. From what I've seen, Callie for most, Ina for least. I would say not Callie for most. I would say Kiara. I would entirely disagree on Callie. I would say Kiara. You have seen Kiara, correct? The most you buy of all is Ollie. Ollie has 0 restraint. That's why we love Ollie. I recommend you take a look at Kiara, because Kiara is by far the most you buy. Very much by far. Of EN. Of myth. That one song, Callie. Yeah. That is a small taste of Ollie. Ollie is like that for everyone. Like, Ollie is quite literally a fangirl. She is an ascended fangirl. She is one of the chat. She is one of the chat. See, basically, the intrusive thoughts for the fans are just Ollie's regular thoughts. There are no intrusive thoughts with Ollie. Ollie can say what the chatters can't. Correct. Absolutely, truly correct. Again, that's why we love Ollie. But Ollie is also unfathomably based. Ollie might be down bad, but Ollie is also based. So, again, hololive, they know how to pick them. They truly do know how to pick them. Glasses, gimme. Slash, slouch, 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 slouch. Come on, charge rifle. Come on. I could very much use my laser beams. That is just so satisfying. That is just so beyond satisfying. My personal Oshi of the hololive is Mogoko. Why Mogojan? Why Mogojan? I have questions about why Mogojan. Spider cooking, at least give me a little bit of a defensive barrier. Or it does stun them, right? Undead. We like Moko-chan. I mean, fair enough. Yeah, I thought that was more Fuwawa's thing, because Fuwawa is the evil twin. Fuwawa will never beat the evil twin allegations. Fuwawa will never defeat the evil twin allegations. We all know the best one is Bibu. Bibu is the best. Koseki Bibu. Hopefully next year, Bibu will be able to win VTuber of the Year award. Ah, you relate to Mogo-chan. Ah, yes. Mogo-chan amuses me goodly. Do I say what I want and get banned? I have no idea. I don't know. Say it and see what happens, I guess. I don't make the rules, I just enforce them. I'm not sorry about... Oh, come on! I thought that was going to destroy the Yagu man. Come on, destroy the Yagu. Yes! We destroyed the Yagu. Elite lava bucket. It is not just any lava bucket, but an elite lava bucket. I almost got banned for saying neighbor. Yes, because of the way that you specifically phrased everything, Juka. And I specifically said, do not do that. That was an entirely other thing. I had very, very little to get with basically about the way you were saying it. Dang it! Dang it, laser beams. I get skill issuing. Let's try this again. Yeah, I actually do think it is probably better to not have skills on Ollie. Because I don't want Simp of All Time. Simp of All Time is not a good thing to have for this, because it will actually proc game enderizing. Okay, I don't know why I felt like I was gonna sneeze right there. Because life is either you're gonna sneeze, then you're not gonna sneeze. Also, is it just me, or does the Path of Sincerity sword, it looks legitimately like the stakes for the Ruinous Quartet in Scarlet Violet, alright? It looks like the stakes in the ground that are used to seal the Ruinous 4 Pokemon. Well, you get bonuses when you die with lots of health. Yes, but the other thing is, if you have Simp of All Time active, and you pick it up while you have the thing active, it can still kill you. I would rather... I would rather the safer... the safer option... and not lose. I'd rather the safer option with less damage. Like, this is probably the one time I'm actually willing to sacrifice damage. Pokemon community is beyond saving now. What happened this time, Jason Allen? What happened this time? What happened this time? Did you notice that Ollie and... Yes, I did. The sword is going through Ollie's head. I have known this to be true for a very long time, Jason. The main realization for this happened, for me about like 2 years ago. But for the big one, the big wake-up call for it, I think for a lot of people, at least should have been, when after how many years of saying Unova is the worst game, the community suddenly turned on a dime to say Unova is now the best game in the series. And that is because the community is a hive mind. The Pokemon community is a hive mind. It cannot be saved. Honestly, I think Scarlet Violet was great. I think Scarlet Violet was honestly one of the best Pokemon games there was. I am very glad they actually went back to story. I am very glad that they actually, like, they went more like a style of story like Black and White, which I've been wanting for a while. I am glad that they actually focused on the new Pokemon. Like, no super mechanics focusing on the old Pokemon was a good thing. They are learning. No, Black and White was not bad. In my opinion, Black and White was probably... In my opinion, Black and White was the best game. It was just that people, when Black and White first came out, did not like it. Because... in Black and White, you cannot use old Pokemon until you beat the game. And a lot of people get more than a little butthurt that you can't use your oh-so-precious Kanto Pokemon until you beat the game. It is sad. It is highly sad. And basically just sort of things like that. That a lot of the dislike of Unova came from before the game came out. People were like, that is basically where the origin of the Pokemon community actively attempting to tear down newer games came from. It is people just got very petty and they just blasted the game. Which, the thing that kind of burns me up is that now it is hailed as, like, the best game in the series. When after keep in mind, the dislike of Unova was so intense and so sustained that Pokemon Company basically removed almost every mention of Unova and every Unova Pokemon from the series, from the anime, from anything, from side games, for years. After Gen 5 ended, you basically did not see a single Gen 5 Pokemon. In the anime, in the manga, in side games, in spin-offs, in anything. Until Gen 8, when we got G-Max Garbodor. Because it took almost a decade for Game Freak to realize the Screechers online were not reflective of the actual community sentiment of Unova. Now, another thing is that Unova actually did sell the worst of any of the Pokemon games. Black and White sold, in total, only about, 8-something million units. Keep in mind that is both Black and White combined. Platinum on its own sold 7.5 million. So Black and White did sell very poorly, and Black and White 2 sold even worse. However, these days Black and White are hailed as some of the unanimously best games. However, part of that is because now the big creators see it as profitable to start saying Unova is good. After the very same ones said Unova was bad. Yes. This is why I have nothing more than abject disdain for a lot of the top shelf of the community, because there is absolutely no morals. Because it is simply a means to an end. They do not look at Unova for what it is, simply as it is the popular opinion to say Unova is good these days. Here's the thing. I'm completely okay with people disliking Unova. There's a lot to dislike about it. However, be consistent. If you don't like Unova, don't like Unova, and stick to that. If you like Unova now, acknowledge you didn't like it and own up to it. If you liked Unova since the beginning, say the same. Have the integrity, and that is what they don't have, because again, it's just not the case of things. That is just not the way it is. And it just annoys me to no end that people can go from even 3-4 years ago saying Unova is the worst thing in the world to now praise it as the greatest thing, and it's just people forget. It's no. Back when Unova came out, if you said anything even remotely positive about Unova, you were basically laughed off the internet. That was the way things were. People do not remember how dark of a time it was before that happened. Some of us don't forget. I wasn't even on YouTube at the time when that happened, but I remember what it was like. If people thought what happened with Sword and Shield was bad, this was worse. This was far worse. Legend Gear came out more than 10 years since. Yeah, it has been more than 10 years since the game came out. It very much has been more than 10 years since the game came out. But people will flip. I mean, it's not just about Unova. It is about basically anything in the Pokemon community. People will flip-flop on whether things are good or bad, purely if it is in the interest of content and channel growth. Meanwhile, me, I have always said I don't like Megas. I will forever maintain I don't like Megas. They broke the game. They are nothing but pure fan service. And they are the reason why we have super mechanics per every game now. Yes, that is the reason we got Dynamaxing and Gigantamaxing. They are the reason we got Z-moves. They are the reason we have Terrastalize. They have caused a fallout effect on the Pokemon gaming development cycle that is still affecting the games, while at the same time has absolutely destroyed competitive. As well as being absolutely absurd fan service, which I have always said, and again I will forever maintain, fan service is not inherently bad, but nostalgia pandering is, which is what Mega's turned into. Because nostalgia, in a way, actually does behave, not exactly the gimmicks, but because like nostalgia in fan service, it does behave in a way similar to highly addictive illicit substances. It causes an addiction, and you keep chasing that addiction over and over and over again, and you need it to be maintained, which is why when the fan service is removed, people do go through a sort of thing like withdrawal. They become a lot more aggressive, they snap, they become, again, more aggressive. Again, it's not to the same degree, but it is still similar. And we have seen this in the Pokemon community. That's why it is so many people got super hostile about when Sword and Shield removed Megas. They cannot break from nostalgia. And that needs to be stopped. And I mean, I think it's also on Pokemon Company for that as well. That they knew exactly what they were doing when they created Megas. They created the problem, but the fans also, as the fans tend to do, take things way too far. That guy is still insane. Isn't a majority of Pokemon fans only care about, being bad, but only small? Yeah, exactly. Yes. That is exactly the way it is, Giz. But you have to remember, that is the only outlet a lot of people hear from is that. The big names. Because you have to remember, when it comes to big creators, as much as we like to think big creators are kind of immune to the fan and community whims, they're actually the most susceptible to fan and community whims. The largest creators are basically a reflection of what the perceived popular community sentiment is, because they want to reach the most people with their content. So, they are going to say what is naturally most appealing to the most people. That's why in the lead up after we got the Legends ZA trailer, and even still to this day, like what, a year and a half out? Actually, a year later? People are still going on the what are the new Megas we're going to be getting in ZA, despite the fact that it's very likely there's going to be no Megas in ZA. Because in the end, they are all subject to the endless whims of what is it the community wants, and what is it the community wants to hear, rather than just what is the reality of the situation. It's unfortunate, but that is just how it is when it comes to content at that level. That's one of the reasons I love Chugga Conroy. Because he is a very genuine person who just doesn't give a crap about like anything. He just says, he speaks his mind. And that is what I try to do here. Is it too soon that you just give up and add chicken feather to your Ali cheese strat? I'll be honest, I'm stupid and I did not think of that. There's the Yagoo. I like how you could actually still position the charge rifle after you die. I personally think Megas return, but who knows. The main reason I don't think Megas are going to return is this. Because what's going to happen with Gen 10 Amazon? What are they going to do? Are they going to include Megas in Generation 10 as well? Are they going to add them just to ZA and then immediately remove them for Generation 10 and literally reopen that massive just conflict in the community that happened after they removed Megas in Generation 8? Or are they just going to leave them out? Because again, either way it is sliced, there's a good problem. What are they going to do? Add Megas into the game and then keep them perpetually for the rest of the series? I don't think that's going to happen. That's the main reason I don't think that Megas are coming back, because they know they're going to need to remove them eventually. Dread Poke Rogue. Somehow I was addicted to it. I do not play fan games of Pokemon. But I have heard of Poke Rogue. I have very much heard of it. It's an interesting concept. Laser Beam. Undead. We will take that. Pokemon Terra leaks were really the only interesting that came out. The funny thing is that the Terra leaks weren't even actual leaks. People simply use it as an opportunity to inject their own fan theories, and not even fan theories, just fan hypotheses and fan thoughts and fan fiction into things. The only part of the Terra leak that was real was that employee information got leaked. Basically, if you ever see anything in Pokemon quote-unquote leaks saying the term generation, that is a massive red flag that it is fake. Generation is not a term Pokemon uses internally. That is a fan term. The reason that term exists is to categorize the games, which, even then, the entire idea of generations no longer really holds true, because back when generations as a term was first used, it was to denote a section of time where the Pokemon number, the moves, and everything like that, at the start and at the end are the same. But as of Generation 4, that's no longer the case. Like, as of Gen 4, you have more Pokemon and more moves and more forms at the end of a generation than at the start. As opposed to Generation 3 and earlier, where the number of moves, number of Pokemon, all of that was the same throughout. Thoughts on Moomin, worst Brainrot VTubers? I have no idea what that is. Well, no, every game is individual. They look at every game as though it is a standalone entity. They do not have the term generation. It is just every game its own standalone entity. So, Scarlet Violet are its own standalone entity, Legends Arceus its own standalone entity, BDSP is its own standalone entity, Sword and Shield is its own standalone entity. That is the way that Game Freak looks at the games. Boom. Laser beams. Death of Sincerity. Zombie Ninjutsu. Moomin is hot Pokemon girls. I have no idea what that is, and I don't think I want to. I don't think I want to know what that is now. Psycho X. Confirm, there we go. But yeah, no, that's again one of the reasons I don't do anything with Pokemon leaks, because they're kind of nonsense. Because people are always looking for their 15 minutes of fame. And there is no bigger franchise when it comes to gaming than Pokemon. What are Gen 1ers? Gen 1ers are people who basically this is a Gen 1er. Gen 1 of Pokemon is the best. Anything other than Gen 1 is trash. That is a Gen 1er. Now, the difference between a Gen 1er and someone who likes Gen 1 is, on principle, Gen 1ers hate everything that is not Gen 1. If someone likes Gen 1 and they have anything even vaguely, remotely positive to say about a game that is not Gen 1, they are not a Gen 1er. A Gen 1er is characterized by an abject disdain for any other region. That is what a Gen 1er is. Or I would call them Gen Winers. Lightning Strike.
Because that is what they really are. They are Gen whiners. Wasn't the whole Gen 1 thing blown up? No, there's a lot, to a degree, but also there are a lot of people who do very much believe that. Which I never understood, because it's like, the game sucked. Like, Gen 1 is bad. Gen 1 of Pokemon is bad. There is only one generation of Pokemon that I think is worse than Gen 1, and that is because it literally tried to recreate Gen 1 over a decade later, and Game Freak should have known that it was not a good idea. Like, it basically was Game Freak trying to recreate Generation 1 deliberately after they had already learned. At the very least, I can somewhat forgive Gen 1's failings, as they were not aware of, like, what could and should be in a game at that point. They were new to it. However, when they made the other thing, they had already learned those lessons, and they still did it. So I consider that a greater sin. Because when you deliberately try to do something despite knowing it is not a good idea, or at least having the potential forethought to know that it is a bad idea, and then you do it anyway, that is a worse sin in my opinion. Because at that point you should have learned the lesson, but you did not learn the lesson. Lasers. I've never seen a Pokemon fan that professes any stereotype at all during my time at Pokemon. Oh, they exist. They exist mostly online, but they do exist. That exists for basically every community. I mean, as someone who's a massive Godzilla fan, you see people who are like Showa purists, people who are Millennium purists, Heisei purists, people who are Monsterverse purists, people who are basically -1 purists. It exists for every fandom, every community, everything. It's one of the reasons why fandoms suck. It is one of the many reasons why fandoms kind of suck. The internet was a mistake. The internet was a mistake. But, you know, they do exist, unfortunately. They unfortunately do exist indeed. But thankfully, it has been somewhat minimized. I also just realized I did not take a whole lot of things that actually meshed well in terms of collabs. So that is, that's going to be, I mean, I can make one collab. I can make BL Fujoshi, Credit Cardo, we'll take that. I will take that. I will very much take the Credit Cardo. So, yeah, so the furthest we've got, have we gotten to Fubura before? I don't think we've gotten to Fubura. Psycho X. Boom! God, this is so fun. That charge rifle is so freaking fun. I love it. I can only imagine how much time that's so difficult for something. You're not taking focus shades. We got Chicken's Feather. We still got that. The only Pokemon I like is was that a Fawful's minion? No idea who that is. I don't really watch PokeTubers, specifically because of the criticisms I said earlier on. Most of the time, I don't watch them. It's because it is a hive mind largely. Like, if I watch someone who plays a Pokemon game, they're either a friend of mine, which again is a small creator, or they are someone who just in general plays games and is happening to be playing a Pokemon game, like Chugaconrai. the way that we operate here. Lightning strike. I need to use that more often. I need to use the lightning strike more. Conroy play. I have no idea what that is. Chug has played a lot of games. Chug was actually was the one of the two major inspirations for me. Oh, it's SpongeBob. I have no idea. Again, Chug has played a lot of games. He's played a lot of games. Charge rifle. There's Fubura. There's Fubuzilla. Again, for the reasons Fubuki is based. Fubuki is a fan of Godzilla. And Godzilla is based. Just avoid the Fubura. Oh, right, my lightning. I've got my lightning. I need to capitalize on that based and red pill. What does that mean? In response to what? Oh, about Fubuki being a fan of Godzilla? Very much. Fubuki is very based. Again, hololive. They know how to pick them. They know how to pick them. Boom! Lightning! I'm so glad that you actually do get the fan beam for a weapon after you defeat Fubura. I really love that. That is actually pretty funny. Revives. All right. Okay, so the revives do actually stack with that. Rimp off. Alright, we just gotta stay alive from the brats. We just gotta avoid all the brats. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to get both BL Book and I wanted to get Spider Cooking. Just the constant area of... Too bad it seems to be having issues with keeping them. I don't think they have issues keeping it hololive members. It's... From what I recall... The thing with some of them is one of them hololive is always sort of the side, somewhat of the side thing. With Ame, I think with Ame wanted to go indie because after seeing the whole success of Doki, she thought maybe maybe I can do even more successful on my own, because there are a couple of restrictions for a lot of for idols. I mean that's not a thing unique to hololive. That is just an idol culture thing in general. That there are some limit. Godzilla, too bad we have to keep Godzilla and Harambe. I mean, we have Fubura is your first mini boss, and your final boss is Kyla Gorilla. So they are in spirit in the game. In spirit, the both of them are present within the game. Yeah, no. Because think about prior, how many hololive members have graduated historically? Not a whole lot of them. We're trying for the achievement. You have trouble. We're going for the achievement. Who is the biggest kaiju sim? I got no idea, but I mean, I know Iofi is a big fan of Godzilla. I know Iofi is a very big fan of Godzilla. Which is based. I freaking jumped right into that one. Yeah, okay, that is because the Chinese government that got canned. That is due to the CCP getting absolutely freaking butthurt that Taiwan is listed separately from mainland China. Which is one of the many reasons. Communism is bad, people. Never go communist. Never go communist. Lightning strikes. Never go communist, kids. It's never good. Godzilla meets Monkey. I mean, that was basically just Godzilla versus Kong. That was just Godzilla versus Kong. Spider cooking. Yeah, the entire Chinese branch thing was a other fiasco. Yeah. Basically, I forget. I think it was Coco's and Sana's stream. It listed Taiwan on like AdSense as separate. Which thing is that isn't even HoloLive. That's Google. That's a Google thing. And, you know, the Chinese government got really upset about this because they small PP move of if you mention Taiwan, they get butthurt. So HoloLive kind of had to basically go into cover mode because again, China cooks, and that was where that happened from. That was not a HoloLive thing. That was a just Chinese Communist Party sucks thing. Basically, the funny thing is, again, it was an AdSense thing. It was Google AdSense simply listed Taiwan as separate. It wasn't even like any of the talents said Taiwan was separate. It was just simply a list showed it as separate. And that was what happened. You know, HoloLive takes very good care of its idols. Not many of them have historically graduated in comparison to other agencies. And that is a very good thing. That's a very good thing. It was just, this year was just kind of a lot happening at the same time. Again, I think a large part of the consideration for a lot of the graduations also did come in response partially to Doki Bird about a year ago, where Doki had absolutely just insane success following her graduation. Now, that happened because of the high-profile nature of everything, but it did still show that it was indeed very possible for, you know, corpo talents to go indie and still have very massive success. So, I think that is partially why Ame graduated. Fauna... I think with Fauna, it was because HoloLive did go public, so, like, public stock investment is a thing now for HoloLive. Meaning there are investors to answer to. So there's a bit more restrictions on things, or, you know, you have to basically do what the investors say. So that also seems to be a bit of a thing. I never watched Barney the Dinosaur when I was younger. I was always, like, vaguely peripherally aware of Barney the Dinosaur, but I don't actually know much about Barney the Dinosaur. I am mostly wholly unfamiliar with Barney the Dinosaur. Chimpkin feather! We take the chimpkin feather. But yeah, no, it is, again, the HoloLive Taiwan, the HoloLive Japan thing was kind of a bit of a weird thing. Yeah, we are not gonna go down that discussion hole. That is a discussion thing that is not going to be discussed. I will say. That is a not really a topic for stream. Lightning. Plug in type us go. We'll take that. I will very much take that. But yes, in short, HoloLive had a rough year. However, that is a very big outlier when it comes to HoloLive stuff and things, from what I have heard. That is a very, very big outlier. Credit Cardo. Study glasses. I will take those. I would like more damage. More damage is generally more good. Silver Yago! Get back here. Of course, it does figure though. Right after I use my my chi thing, Silver Yagu Man appears. Hey, biblically accurate Taco Bells. Biblically accurate Taco's Bells. We will not be taking that. We'll be taking that and we'll be using that for our own purposes. Okay, we have Lightning Strike, so we just gotta wait for the next boss and then we just strike him with lightning. That is exactly what we're gonna do. Focus Shades. Jason! I saw and I have already said. There's a reason I removed that. I am aware. Last warning. Okay. Oh, there's a leftover. Ooh, blacksmithing gear. Yes, please. I like that. Credit card and blacksmithing gear. Close to having all of our stuff necessary. Close to most of the stuff necessary. Okay, so that's the Takodachi boss. Let's just loop around. There we go. Much better. Close stick. No, I'll just go plug in Let's go. Of course, right after I get it, then these guys appear. Of course, right after I use it, they appear. Timing! Yeah, for that you're gonna need to narrow down which controversy. You're gonna need to narrow that down to which one, because there's a lot of them. There's been a lot of them. Which is it's kind of just impressive that they've had as many as they have. But it's not a good thing that it's that impressive. Yo, book. And okay, so now we have. Okay, fan beam, good. Okay, we have enough for collabs now. That is good. Meanwhile, we still don't have any anvils. Kurosanji is collecting them. They're collecting them like infinity stones. It is certainly something. It is a sight to behold, I will say. It is of course. It is very much a sight to behold. We'll go Promise Tiara. See, I've already got Gorilla's boss, so I already have what I need. I already have my components. We've already got our necessary components for what we need. Finally, an anvil. Okay, I'll there we go. Let's see, what is that? Let's see. What Pokemon do you think ruined an entire generation of people? Versus I think Gardevoir, Lucario. I agree on that. I agree fully. I would agree with that. I've also known people who are like that, so yes. I would say, yeah, Lucario, Gardevoir, Meowscarada. Yeah, I'd be inclined to agree with those. Hello there, Jose Gonzalez. How do you do? How do you do? Lasers. Just lasers. Just use laser beams on things. Just use laser beams. You know, I would agree. I would unfortunately have to agree with you on that. The deductibles and using them on yacht payments. Guys, sink the yacht. It's still so strange to think that happened almost a year ago. Like, it has not even been a full year since that happened, but it is close. Like, that is, again, it's just really, really, really strange to think about. But I mean, that is the way. That is the way things have been going down. And it is something. It is certainly something. I do have a great degree of interest in what will be happening this year, though. This year, things will be quite interesting, I would say. Because again, we have no clue what could happen this year. And it's... well... I feel involuntary sleep approaching. So I'm still conscious enough there's a lot of people who subscribe to Mitchie's new cover. Liars has ever heard it yet. Send me a link to it, J-Rad. Send me a link to it. I would be most curious to hear about this. Boom. Laser beam. Yeah. So I just noticed the charge rifle's attack is, it's just a giant yellow version of the fan beam. I just realized that. It's like, it's the same animation, just palette swap, which is cool. That's neat. Zip! Okay, that's... ooh, boy. We making it out. We making it out. Got it. Okay, we got rid of him. We got rid of him. All right. All right. We should probably start working on getting some collabs. We should probably start working on that. Forgot them. Oh no, I have the zombie jutsu. My zombie jutsu has already been used. It's on cooldown at the moment. It is presently on cooldown right now. I did look up the charge rifle thingy. I, however, have not watched it. Okay, there's a fan beam at max level. Okay, fan beam is maxed out. Plug-in type Asakoko is needing levels. Okay. Plug-in type Asakoko is priority for level ups and upgrades. Because once we get that maxed out, we will get Dragon Fire, which will help us literally melt through everything. My condolences. Nah, it's all good, Jared. It's all good. I have been preoccupied with various projects. Namely, the video this week for the second channel, because the video for the second channel is going to kind of be a big one this week. Doing well with DeviantArt. I think that basically every community is that. That can be summed up for basically just about any community, I'll be honest. That is not a uniquely Sonic thing. That's just a general fan community thing. Alright, you can freeze Fabura. Fabura can actually be frozen. There we go. Okay, we got it. We got Fabura. Alright, plug in House of Cocoa. There we go. Lava bucket. Max. So that, okay, that does that. Jet. It's not a community when weird energy that pulled the bizarre people towards. Again, that is something that happens with every community. That is not a uniquely Sonic community thing. Programming community Stack Overflow like that, it's way worse. Again, all communities have their associated problems. That's just kind of a general thing of the internet. Damage of the main weapon reduced, but damage is good. Yeah, we're taking that. We're taking that. The Path of Sincerity is good, but I increased the power of my everything else even greaterly. I really cared for competitive Pokemon because of elitism. I'll be honest. The VGC side of the community is a lot better than the singles community. But I do agree with you on that. Because I used to be a doubles player. I'm not anymore, but that's like mostly for reasons related to how Game Freak has actually done things. But like the VGC community actually was like very wholesome. It's like the competitive singles side is far worse. And the competitive single scene is basically what people generally tend to think of. Like, when VGC, people would like, just as, you know, hey, how was your drive over here? Was everything good? You know, they were generally like, very good because they respected the people that you were playing against. Because, again, you were there in person. You had to actually spend a lot of money to get there. And that's actually my reason for, like, no longer being, you know, part of that is because it's a lot of money to actually be able to support VGC playing. And Game Freak actually made you basically have to pay 10 times more in order to actually maintain it. Which is a very not cash money decision, Game Freak. I am hoping they reverse that with Generation 10. I just realized the Sonic fan dub reference that could be done with Ollie. Do I want to know? It's weird that I am here because I have no idea about Pokemon, but I've played like a decade or two. No, that's not weird. Pokemon is a very, very, very complicated game. Like, I know people who have played competitive Pokemon for 2 decades. And they are still discovering new things about the games even to this day. A lot of players who are very, very well versed in the games also do not know a lot about the games because there is so much to them. It is kind of insane. The games are insanely complex. Which is one of the reasons why I always say never be ashamed about not really knowing about not understanding something in Pokemon. Even a lot of high-level players do not know everything. A lot of high-level players are still learning a lot of interactions. In every gen, they basically change everything. So while you don't quite need to start from square one every generation, you do have to relearn a lot of things. So it is the games. It's a heckin' thing. It is a hecking thing. Which has not been good in a long days because they support Helix. I'll be honest, I never was a fan of Twitch Plays Pokemon. I honestly always thought it was dumb. Because for me, Twitch Plays Pokemon felt like it is a meme just for the sake of being a meme. Which is really what it is these days. It is a meme for the sake of being a meme. That is a bad thing. Twitch, Pokemon peaked, Goldfish committed credit. Peaked when Goldfish committed credit. How? Okay, can you please explain the Goldfish thing, Jared? Please explain. I remember vaguely hearing about that, but I don't know what it actually means. Please elaborate. I am lacking critical information. Ian Curse. Boom! Vaporize everything in your path. It's so fun. I really do like the specials. That I love the skills Ollie has. They're so fun. Ooh boy, we dodging. We dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. And then we just get hit right there. All right. Okay. We've got. All right, we just gotta remember. Just keep in mind. Just keep on your toes. Just keep on your toes. Just keep on your toes. It's all gonna be good. On your toes. Good. It's fine. I can always just come back and later and get them. I can just come back later and grab them. As long as I stay alive, I have those arrows to tell me exactly where they are. Let's go grab them. Let's grab our boxes. Everyone can unanimously agree Half-Life 3 is mythical as the Holy Grail. I have never played a Half-Life game. I've heard nothing but good things, though, about Half-Life. I would be very curious to. I might play them at some point for the channel. Because again, we will be moving back to doing a lot more variety stuff on the channel. Someone set up a sponsor to let their Goldfish play Pokemon game, and it somehow navigated to the eShop and bought a game with the streamer's credit card. That is just peak content. That is absolutely glorious. That is... I don't know when we deviated from the main timeline, but that's pretty good. That is something. We deviated from the main timeline in a good way. And then we went to the Goldfish credit card fraud live stream. I mean, we eventually did return to the main timeline. Eventually we did. Lasers! Yeah, we deviated from the main timeline, but it was eventually returned to the prime timeline. Oh, that is something. That is one of the events of all time. That is a thing that happened. No, I don't think he is. I don't quite think he is. I don't quite think he is. However, Verlisify does make things a lot more difficult for people like me who are very anti-cheating. He makes that a lot more difficult. Because there are a lot of people who are very, very anti-cheating. But he takes it way too far. And honestly, in taking it way too far, what he does is he alienates people he alienates people from supporting anti-cheating, and basically gets them to support cheating more. Which is not a good thing. That is the exact opposite. Which is a very not cash money plays. That is a very not cash money play. Whammy water, more whammy water. Thank you for the whammy water. And there is our collab. Well, collab materials. Sorry, Yagu. Sorry, Yagu. Alright, we are in the final 2 minutes. Sega fought against hackers by making piracy tools the villains of their anime. I'm sorry, what? Please explain. Please elaborate. Alright, there we go. We got it. We got it. We got what we need. We got the stuff and things we need. R4 is air. I have no idea what that is. Anime and game series made by Sega. Interesting. Interesting. So, but what is R4 card? Who do you think can win in this ancient power scaling Pokemon versus Billion Lines? I think that entire idea is absolutely dumb and nonsensical, because you have literally Pokemon that can rewrite reality. It's nonsense. It's like saying who would win in a fight, a toddler or freaking Mike Tyson. You know, it's very, 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 very clear who is going to win that. Like, there is only one kind of power scaling that we actually are going to be doing, and that's actually a thing we're going to be doing for the second channel, is like a power scaling thing like that. Because there are some power scaling things, like, I think, like, are interesting, like, who would win in this fight. But it's more so things like, like, the fundamentals of what makes the fight a fight. You know, is it, you know, it's hard to explain. We'll go into that. Used to play backups on DS systems. Interesting. Hey, ROM card modes. Okay. So it's a way of pirating games then. Okay. Honestly, big respect to Sega for, like, you know, we're gonna make the enemy of our series be piracy tools. That's actually pretty based. That is actually very based. That is actually unfathomably based. Alright, now it is us versus small Ame. Well, big small Ame. Who will win? The simp of all time, or Ollie, and Ollie wins. Benoit. Alright. More achievements unlocked. Refund. There we go. All right, let's look at our achievements. Let's look at our achievements now. We are over halfway there. Oh yeah, right. Wait. We have not cleared a stage as Kiara? Oh, wow. We don't even have, like, freaking level 1 with Kiara. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Really? That is something. Main character of Neptunia is based on the Sega Neptune console, which never got released. And honestly, like, that's pretty respect. Very respect. Very respect to Sega for that. It is good to have, like, actual health again. Actual health stats. Trailblazer. Study glasses, I'll take those. Dancer. We dancing. You just gotta keep on moving. Zoom. Immortal Phoenix Fire. Increases speed by 20. In addition, increases damage to melee weapons. Let's go with that. Kiara's whole kit is basically speed. So let's just go for absolute maximum zoom. Let's go for maximum zoom. Let's frickin' go. KFP fast food. KFP is very fast food. But we do not eat Kiara. Obviously, I like mudkips. Mudkips are great. Mudkips are great. Alright, caps out at 20. Okay. Right. It's funny because, like, Kiara is horribly suited to actually be able to beat the KFP employee boss, the KFP swarm spawns. I do find that very funny. Comes Tiara. Yeah, she is very, very poorly suited to taking them down. Phoenix Fire. Phoenix Sword. Upgrade our credit thing. I've actually never played Pal World. My computer, I do not think, can handle Pal World. I am fairly certain if I tried to boot it up, my computer would just spontaneously combust. But I think that was an interesting concept. Like, I've never played Ark Survival, which really the game is much more comparable to Ark Survival than Pokemon. It's just superficially people see, oh, Monster Collector, it must be Pokemon clone. When it's not. There actually were other games like Pokemon before Pokemon ever existed. It was just Pokemon was the one that caught on most. If I remember correctly, like, Dragon Quest was actually, like, kind of a big... Not quite, like, inspiration, but, like, it was, like, a predecessor to Pokemon. And a lot of, like, ideas from that were incorporated into Pokemon. So even then, it's like... Pokemon was not the first to come up with the idea, and so the idea of, like, you know, catching monsters and using them for battle was, like, been a thing since literal mythology. Spider cooking. We cooking. We be cooking. Everyday employee uprising. Yes, very much. Who's the most? I have no idea what Soy Jack even means. I have no clue what that means, and I don't think I want to know. There we go. Pacifist stamp. Papa. You know, I think Pal World is a fairly interesting idea. I look forward to see what becomes of Pal World. I very much look forward to it. We'll watch our career with great interest, to quote one Emperor Palpatine before he became Emperor Palpatine. That was actually very close. That was very unfortunately close. And Curse, Phoenix Shield, add small knockback. Look how pretty it is! This is why I love the RGB stamp. It is so pretty. It does absolutely nothing. But it is so pretty. Look at the color. Hey, she can finally beat the KFP employees. She can finally beat KFP employees. Finally able to enforce her position as boss. Ah, it's fun. Psycho X. I've gotten level 3 RGB stamp before. It does nothing. I just like it. I just think it's neat. I just think it's neat. I just think it's neat. Didn't Pokemon fandom have less candle symbol that Minecraft features? I don't know a thing about Minecraft, so I wouldn't know. Oh, right, yeah, Trailblazer also increases your speed. Just giving all the speed boosts. Kiara just absolutely just max... Like, we're just min-maxing Kiara into movement, speed, and haste. I feel like there's gotta be an achievement for level 3 RGB, level 3 Trumpet, and level 3 Hakos Bell stamp. I feel like that has to be a thing that exists. I could be wrong, though. I mean, otherwise you're just doing it for the meme. That's just if you're doing that, you're just doing it for the love of the game at that point. You're just doing it for being that is just the ultimate flex right there. That is just turbo flexing. Is it Pikachu oversaturated? I very much agree Pikachu is oversaturated. I very much entirely agree. The thing is, that is the case with basically all mascots of basically every series. It gets to a point there. My main issue with Pikachu isn't so much the oversaturation. It's the oversaturation with it just kind of being a mid-Pokemon. Again, that's because I am a battler. You know, as a battler, it's kind of just like, that's the reason why I'm actually like okay with Charizard, because even though Charizard does get a lot of like forced support for it at the very like in media, but Charizard as it is as a Pokemon is actually quite a good Pokemon even before they added stuff like Megas. Charizard was always one thing: single target fire beat stick, especially in Sun. It has done that ever since Generation 5, and actually even before, because it was basically always a staple of Sun teams. And guess what it does in Generation 9 competitive? Sun Team Brute Force Hyper Offense. It has done the same thing for essentially the last 30 years. It is not the best at what it does, but what it does do, it does very well. And I always used to hate Charizard when I was younger. I have come to respect it. But, you know, it is... For me, the saturation... Oh, yeah. Well, the thing is, the Stealth Rocks thing affects it really only in singles. And Charizard is actually not very good in singles, as well as Heavy Duty Boots kind of mitigates that these days. Because Charizard has always found a much better position as a double Pokemon as opposed to a singles Pokemon. You put on a team with a Sunsetter like Torkoal, Groudon, Ninetales, or Koraidon these days, it does fantastic. Again, it is a single target beat stick. Solar Power, Life Orb, it rips and tears like it's due. Again, it does one thing, and that is sun damage. But boy, does it do it well. Because the other thing is, the Stealth Rocks thing can also be applied to a very large number of other Pokemon. Volcarona has the same exact quad weakness. Talonflame has the same exact quad weakness and exact same typing. And people absolutely just fanboy-gasm over Talonflame, despite the fact Talonflame has a lower attack stat than Amoonguss. That is something I will never allow people to forget. Talonflame has a lower attack stat than the suspicious Mushroom. Never forget that. That is the reason we call Talonflame Talonlame. Again, there's a yes, Talonflame has a lower attack stat than Amoonguss. Yes. Talonflame has a lower attack stat than Amoonguss. I encourage you to check it out. I encourage you to look it up and look at the base stats. And I'm worried about I've just destroyed Talonflame for a good number of people. Good. Doom Darkest. I'm looking forward to that. I have never played a Doom game. And I really want to change that. I really want to play a Doom game. Because I have heard nothing but good things about Doom. It is... Like, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Men and gamers are simple creatures. There are three things that we like. Explosions. Well, one thing I can't say. And meat. Alright, when it comes to gaming, two of those things can be in the same game and it's great. It's like, we are very simple creatures. We are unfathomably simple creatures. Goodbye, Smolame. Now you show up blacksmithing gear. And it's like, Doom is a game that just appeals to all of that. List of things. Ending demons. Shotguns. Ending demons with shotguns. Chainsaws. Also chainsaws. Well, the funny thing about the Typhlosion thing is, I said when the Typhlosion stuff happened, it is fan fiction and it is people who are trying to basically get their own just twisted, sick, messed up fan fictions to be widely considered and to grow their own, like, thought popularities. And that is exactly what it was. It was fans who had certain preferences that basically said, oh yeah, my fan fiction is canon. By, of course, hiding the fact that it was their fan fiction. And by adding it into the leaks, yeah. Again, reasons I don't take the leak seriously. Stuff like that. The Super Shoddy is fun. Super Shoddies are fun. Again, ending demons with Shoddies is based. That's one of the reasons why I'm a big fan of COD Zombies. Oh yeah, Jason Allen, we play some COD Zombies here on the channel. If you enjoy that, I think you're gonna like what we do here. We got some plans. We got some plans. We got some plans. Okay, sweet. This is just a freaking maximum haste. Just freaking absolutely turbocharging our haste. Ninja headband. Gorilla's paw! Let's go! Let's go! Phoenix Sword awakened. I think this is the first time I've ever seen the awakened Phoenix Sword. That is really cool. Well, not really cool because it's on fire. It's hot. You could say we are cranking up the heat. I think the final draft of the lore was a paste spin version of the lore that wasn't finished. Well, the thing is, it wasn't even that. It was stuff that people put in saying that's what it was. That's the thing you gotta remember. All of that, the source, quote unquote, for it being lore, are people saying, trust me bro, it was in the thing. When, remember, the entire Terra leak was taken down within minutes. The only part of the Terra leak to be true was the employee information details. Which is why the person who leaked it is getting sued out the butt by Nintendo. All of the rest of it was speculation and people injecting their own thoughts into it to try to basically grow their own support and grow their own audience. Which, the funniest thing about this entire Terra leak debacle illustrates exactly something I have said for a very, very, very long time. All of the quote-unquote leaks we have gotten throughout the years about Pokemon, all of it was nonsense. Because this is what Game Freak does when you actually have leaks. They legally throw the book at you. Which means anytime people have ever said leaks, data mines, etc., those aren't leaks. Because if they were, Game Freak would be sending the lawyer hit squad after you. And you would, well, you would very likely not be doing well after that. Gorilla's Paw, hands-on method of converting the fans exactly. A leak, you know, it is not smart. Not even that. It's the thing about leaks is this. It is people saying this is a leak to try and clickbait people. That's what it is. Leak today means clickbait. Because again, if you actually have a leak, the companies will come after you. They will send the lawyer hit squad. And you are not going to like confronting the lawyer hit squad. You are not gonna like that. That is very much not going to go well for Buddy. Which is one of the reasons why I've said, that's why, like, Riddler Q, I don't believe anything he says. If he's been doing this for quote-unquote years, and he is still, like, around, and he has leaks, that tells you the quality of his leaks. They're not actual leaks. It's because what leakers do is it's guess. It is simply predictive guesswork. The reason why in the past it kind of worked well is Pokemon was a very, very predictable company. Now, they are a lot less predictable. And as a result, leakers can't really guess at what they're doing anymore. which makes it all the more entertaining for us, because now we can laugh at them. Percolate up. Polymerization! I fuse my dragon's fire with Gorilla's paw to create holy fire. Holy diva. Wow, the Phoenix Sword's range is just enormous. Like, that's... It's basically the same range as Callie's Scythe Swing, just probably bigger. Yeah, we'll go Idle Song. They can guess what we're up to if... Exactly, they can't... Exactly. That is exactly it. Because I remember in the lead up to Legends Arceus, leakers were saying, hey, remember these portals from Ultra Sun? Not from Ultra Sun. Remember these rifts in the sky for getting legendaries in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire? Yeah, guess what's coming back? And none of that happened. Because they are literally just throwing stuff at a wall trying to see what sticks. That is all leakers do. And like, the thing is, I get why people latch onto leaks so intensely. It is... The main reason why people latch onto leaks is basically this. People want to believe there is some bigger, grander thing going on. And so, it's a lot more enticing to imagine. It is a lot more enticing and a lot more just attractive to think that this person has this special knowledge of things. And to imagine, to speculate, than it is to just look at things and see, well, this is the reality. The idea in your head is always better than the reality of something because the idea in your head is specifically tailored to you. It is something very, very specific to you, and something that is designed by your own brain to appeal specifically to you. It's one of the reasons why I always tell people don't go into things like over-expecting things. If you go into things over-expecting, you will only be disappointed. Do not build up your expectations. Again, it will only ever lead to disappointment, because you will be underwhelmed. Because then, when the thing actually does happen, and you do not have expectations for it, you will always have your expectations shattered. Because it was better than you expected. The best way of looking at things is exactly what it says on the tin. Exactly what the trailers advertise and see, okay, well, this is exactly what it's going to be. And then when it's not, you're surprised. Like, great example, Tears of the Kingdom. When we saw Tears of the Kingdom for the first time, and we saw we were going to be able to go underground, my expectation was this. You are only going to be able to go underground Hyrule in very, very select locations. You are only going to be able to go into the underground for dungeons, or at very, very specific points for probably like the Ganon. Again, it was basically just dungeons or boss fights. No. Come to find out, no, it is literally the entire game. There's a mirror map underground. That completely demoed my expectations. Hello there, Silence, how you doing? And that is the best way of doing things. Because when you do not have expectations, your expectations will always be broken. And for the better. Got the furnace fixed. Nice. Now you have heat. Amugas. Amagamagumbas. Amungabungas. And gent. Damage plus 15. Always nice to see. Always nice to see. I do find it funny how, like, basically all of Kiara's, like, weapons here are fire-themed and the idol-themed. I did not even do that intentionally. Well, and spider cooking, and then there's spider cooking. I don't know if Kiara is a good or a bad cook. Well, then again, well, no, I mean, well, you know, KFB, it's food themed. It's food themed, so it still applies to Kiara. It's still topically applicable. It is still topically applicable. Hello there, X-Bros. Welcome, welcome. Incinerate everything. All right, it is now time. Hello there, X-Bros. Welcome, welcome. It is now time for biblically accurate Taco Bells. It is time for biblically accurate Taco Bells. Void. Hello, sir. Welcome, welcome. Nice to meet you. Rat round. Rat. The rat. The one and only hololive rat. That phoenix looks like Ho-Oh. Well, I mean, Ho-Oh is a phoenix. So it would make sense for the phoenix to look like Ho-Oh because Ho-Oh is made to look like a phoenix. Speaking of more firepower. Speaking of more firepower. Phoenix time. I mean, though it is more similar to Moltres, though. Bye, Bells. The frame rate must burn. Yes, the frame rate must be destroyed. Alright, and that is another achievement done. And that is another achievement done and dusted. What is the worst Pokemon in the series? The worst Pokemon in the series is a Pokemon from... Dang it, my mic cut out right as I was saying that. Unfortunate. Highly unfortunate. Well, let's go find who to go raid. Who is a raidable target? Hey, Boomer guy is live. Yo, GG playing Marvel Rivals. I'm probably gonna have to go check that out after. GG Murin, the Gremlin. We love GG. So American, she can balance out the 3 European members of Hollow Justice. Alright, we are gonna go raid Sly Guy. Magikarp. Magikarp is the true goldfish. Magikarp is literally a fish made of gold. Once again, if you guys haven't done so already, don't forget to leave a like on the stream. Subscribe for more. And I will see you guys next time. What is the worst Pokemon? There is no worst Pokemon. There is no worst Pokemon. I'll see you guys over at Sly Guy's stream. Because every Pokemon is someone's favorite. Bye-bye. And I'll see you tomorrow.